I've chosen this very exciting place to have this conversation with you. And if my son sees that I'm using his tent to have this conversation, like he's really going to get jealous. But anyways, the reason why I made this setup is that I was getting very Mahakum kind of energy, and this is sort of my tent where I'm having this conversation. So even though I'm not there, in a way, I am there. Okay, so why I wanted to do this conversation is that so there is a lot of talks going on after that IIT Baba, who was seen at Mahakum, that a lot of intelligent people are taking the path of spirituality and cutting themselves off from the world and so on. And then there are also a lot of controversies, debates, that is this the right message that is going to youth? What should people really do? And I mean, there's a lot of confusion, right? I'm not here to clear any confusion, but there are certain key messages that I got today while I was doing my chanting and meditation, and I thought that really I need to share these. Maybe it can clear some air around the paths of spirituality. Okay. um, yes, there are spiritual leaders, there are spiritual people who cut themselves off from these day-to-day things, right? um but today, while I was meditating, I got this message that um, God exists because of us. That's a very simplified way of saying, the message that I got. It becomes very difficult to sort of articulate a lot of experiences that you have. As much as we pray any particular deity or any particular god, existence of that god or existence of that deity also depends upon us. And um our there's a need for us to be present in this world and keep doing some of the things that we are doing, right? um there are good forces and there are bad forces. Sometimes you wonder, my god, such a wicked person so and so is. You wonder, right? Why are they not God fearing? Why are they so wicked? Why do they have that kind of a wicked streak? Assume that, understand that they are under the influence of bad energies, right? And then there will be very Mahatma kind of people, nice people. So the good and the bad and people in between, they all exist, and they're all under the influence of certain energies. The more you get into spiritual practice, you will realize that it is all about energies. Everything is about energy. Like, you're eating the food, you're vibrating, the food has a certain energy, right? That is why what you eat also defines you. Similarly, the people you are surrounded with, the god that you're praying, it's all energy, right? That's the first thing. And you have to understand that good people and bad people, everything in this world will coexist, and somehow their coexistence in this matrix is important for the large divine forces at large, where there are good forces as well as the bad forces. All spiritual people need not become recluse. Okay, there is a need for people to be present in their flesh and bones and be active in the worldly things, and that is sort of important for the gods also, in a way, right? So as a spiritual practitioner, if you are into your spiritual practice, and the first stage will be that you'll feel this strong urge that what is this nonsense going on in this world, and I don't want to be a part of this world. But please understand that it is a stage, and you have to learn to overcome that stage. And the way to do it is, um, you have to learn to integrate spirituality with your day to day living, because there is a need for good people in this world. There's a need for spiritually aware people, people who are vibrating at a higher frequency, connected to good deities, good energies. It's needed that they be present in this world, right? If they become recluse, the balance will get distorted, right? So if you are a spiritual practitioner going through a phase that I don't want to be connected to people, I don't want to be in this world, it is just a phase, and we must learn to overcome this phase. The best way to do it is to manage your energy. We must learn to manage our energies, lock our energies, and then go out in the world and then see how we can contribute. Okay? It may feel esoteric and meaningless to people who are not in spiritual. But if you're someone who chants, meditates, connects with God, you are into some of those energy practices, etc., you will understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I mean, it's convenient, it feels very comfortable to stay away from people, because once you become very sensitive to energies, you start picking on energies, and then you feel that what are these guys even doing, right? But the world needs you and the world needs me, right? So we have to be there in the world. And most important thing, like I said, is integrating spirituality in our day-to-day lives. To be able to do that, we must learn to um, lock our energies. That's one thing, but the other thing also is that have a very strong discipline when it comes to our spiritual practices. It cannot be that today I'm doing and tomorrow I'm not doing, right? Make it so integral, just like brushing your teeth. So if the best is that if you do it in the morning and you do it at night, you're balancing out your day in a very beautiful way. And after a point you will realize that you're doing it all the time. Like sometimes if it's namajap, sometimes you will do it all the time, in the sense that I'm making tea, it's going on in my mind, right? Have like that, integrate it with yourself. But it's important for good people to be out there in the world, because in the larger scheme of thing, this constant thing of good versus bad will go on, right? And you have to play your part in that. um yeah, I mean, if it suits you, you can just go away from the world. That's okay. I believe I had one of my some past relative had also gone away from home one fine day into some spiritual practice. I don't know, but I had heard from a maternal side. But but in today's world, it is important how we learn to use our spiritual practice to contribute good. At the end of the day, remember that you uphold dharma and you'll be taken care of. That has to be your ultimate goal. You uphold dharma, you keep doing the good things, right? You will slowly develop a very strong sense of understanding. Okay, this is what feels right to me, I'm going to do this, right? And be out there in the world. So whatever is the confusion with that IIT Baba or whatever, he is in his own path or in his own journey. So we are no one to comment on that. But if as a spiritual practitioner, if you feel that it becomes very difficult to integrate yourself in the world, please know that it's also one of the calling for us to integrate in the world, right? So this is the message that I wanted to give. Um, just while recording the video, and because things were breaking in between, I think a lot of messages also got lost. And if I have an opportunity, I may record it again. But don't think yourself different from the deity, right? You are the deity is you. And sometimes it is like, I don't know to what extent it is true, but as much as we need the deity also needs us. So it's a very close relationship, because like I said, that it's all about energy. Okay, don't think that it is something external. Yeah, I mean, there was also another instance that I was chanting, and then I was not really chanting, but then I was having like a steady conversation in my heart, where I was feeling a little confused, tired, lack of energy. And then I was told that you say I am Shiva. You don't have to pray Shiva to come and take care of you. You say you're Shiva and just be out there. So, this is the message that I thought I will share. Um, and I hope you like it. I really want more people to, come engage, write your comments. What are the changes, what are the changes that you're seeing in your life after you've started nam jap or chanting mantras or doing meditation or any kind of a spiritual practice? And it'll be good to, exchange notes on some of these things. It's an exciting journey, and I'm glad that we are all in this journey together. But we must learn how to manage our learnings and implement in the life. I think that's very important. um, Probably this matrix need to exist for whatever reason. I did not get an answer to that, but let's keep playing our part, and let's keep fighting for the good, right? Bye, take care.